Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. So we're going to be looking at the new map today. This map is called Outpost, and it is a very good map. I enjoy it quite a bit. Very good for a light tank. I'm going to be showing you the game I played in the T92, and really what we're going to do is pretty much just go to towards the middle of the map. I have watched a couple people play light tanks on this map, and from what I gather, this is the best play to make. The soundtrack is phenomenal as well for this map. There's quite a lot of history on it. If you wanted to go onto YouTube, look up the song and look in the comments section. I'm not going to get into it in the video, but yeah, it's got some history to it, and it's a beautiful soundtrack. Anyway, we're gonna basically park it right in here. What I find, guys, is that coming over here get you some good spots. I saw Steel Guts do this in a video just recently. Like, I actually had this game before he just put out like 6 videos or something like that. It was not 6 videos, 2 videos, but it was 3 games each in mediums and in light tanks, because he has the sheriff's account, so he can pick a map, right? So he picked Outpost, and what I did is actually, when I first played in the T92 on this map, I've played 2 games on this map in the T92. The first time I went where this bat chat went, and I got wrecked about 2 minutes into the game. So I would not recommend doing that, guys. Just stay over here, stay passive. If you want, you can try for this bush. It's a little more aggressive, but I even think at first you might just want to go here, because what happens is, like, for some reason, light tanks like to YOLO through this area. Each time I've played this map, that's what happened, and I got spotted like pretty quick, and you know, I ended up dying. So we spot the SMV as we're moving up here. People get a couple shots there, and I'm going to move up to this bush, because I think at this point, like, there's 2 people or 3 people sitting here, and I'm like, I need to get up a little further than these guys. So let me do that, so I moved to here. Now, Steel Guts had his light tank video, and it was over here, where he kind of knocked this tree down and parked in here. Now that's good, because you can spot people that are coming this way and such, and you can also spot people that are poking up in this area. However, I like to really be in the center of everything if I can. I think this guy might have had CVS, because I got lit here, and I was ready for that, right? So I moved here. But I kind of like being more in the middle of the action if I can be safely, right? Because you never know. You could spot someone like Progetto just pulled out and took a shot at me here. But if I was sitting here, likely I would have spotted this guy, right? So there's certain things that you won't be able to light from over here. Whereas I feel like from here, you can still pretty much light everything you could if you were sitting here, if that makes sense. So I like to kind of be in the middle of the field. And I feel like coming to this side of the map in general is better than going over to you know, like the C line or whatever you want to call this, ABC line, the more northern part of this map. So that's what I do. That's my explanation of kind of this this map in general. I really do enjoy it, though. I think it's very balanced. I like the castle section. It gives you pretty good shots for crossfire. However, I noticed if you go into the middle of this map, there's only certain areas, like in the very middle, like up into here, there's only certain areas where you can actually shoot out, right? Especially on this side, there's like, it looks like you only have one entrance here. Over here, I think there's an entrance, and then you have one little area where you can shoot out towards this city area. So the city area is pretty protected, and I think it's very good for heavies. The middle of this map is good for mediums. You can go hold down and such. And then this side is more good for light tanks and TDs. It really has, I think they thought well about this map and kind of how they made it, right? And then they made it, and then made even more changes to it, like slight little changes once people played on it on the test servers, and I think even on the real servers. And then they made a couple more changes. So I think they did a good job with this map. I know a lot of people like to hate on wargaming for certain things. Yeah, like the matchmaking is always going to be what it is, guys, but I have to say I think they did a phenomenal job making this map. I think, you know, anybody can make it work in any kind of tank. So that's good, because there's a lot of maps that you can really only make work well in a certain tank. You know, a medium, or for instance, Prokhorovka is really good for light tanks and tank destroyers, but heavies freaking hate that map. You know, it's just there's no cover, right, from arty or anything. Then you have maps like I would say Himmelsdorf, which is just terrible for like pretty much anything but a heavy, or hold down medium. So when they make a map like this that's really just open and has good cover, but also has wide open areas as well, it makes me really happy that, you know, they can pretty much make a map that works for every single vehicle in the game. So we move up a little bit to this bush. I'm getting a little more aggressive now that I know that the even 90 is dead, and I see that the Batchat is over here. So I'm going to get even more aggressive. We're going to come all the way up, and I'm like, why not? You know, let's kind of learn about this map a little bit because I'm still getting used to it. And I'm going to park right here by this rock. And now, I wouldn't necessarily recommend moving up in this, you know, way, guys, because you're wide open here, but I'm just doing it because I think at this point, like, SMV is probably not going to like me, and I think I can make it work, so I go for it. But you might want to try and maybe run up like this or something like that, so you at least have buildings for cover if you get spotted. Because this was pretty risky, right? But we made it work, and I'm just kind of using my knowledge of the game to determine that it's likely going to be the chance that I'm not gonna, likely the case is going to be I won't be spotted, right? So you got to be a little careful when you go through here. I guess if you're in like an even 90 or something really low, but still you should make it through no problem. But I didn't realize the water was, you know, that high there. But what I also noticed, guys, about this part of the map here is you can, if you get enough speed, VK's here, if you get enough speed, you can actually run right up this, which is perfect because there's a set of bushes right behind it, right, or in front of it, however you're looking at that. And if you run like so, I'm just being careful because I know the VK is still sitting here. But if you run like so, you can run straight up into this bush line, and that keeps you unspotted if nobody is sitting here, instead of you having to go all the way up and around like this. So if you got a sneaky tank, like for instance the even 90, and you want to try and whip up into here without being spotted, you could do that. I mean, you'd be surprised. Like, you could probably jump up in here if you have 55% concealment while there's still people sitting here. You probably wouldn't even be spotted, and you can get right in here. Very, very, very aggressive, but yeah, you just have to watch out for people that are going to be sitting here, which I feel like on this map is likely. You know, it's likely that, you know, heavies would be sitting in this area. So Carnivon is poking here. I'm going to take one shot into him there, and now I'm calling for help. I have an SU-130 behind me, another SU-130 behind me, and Scorpion, and I'm trying to get these guys to help me out here. So VK has a shot at me there. I didn't think he would, but he did. I should have looked at it a little better, but anyway, I got to be careful here. I think I'm a two-shot to the Karn still, which is fine. So I'm going to take a shot at this guy, and really I'm not getting the help I'm looking for. Someone bounced, they finally killed him, and now VK is making pressure here. And I know just from the way this guy is approaching me that he's going to try and jump on me. So I'm going to try and fake him out a little bit here, and then he stops, and I'm going to move back this way. Someone gets a shot into him there. I'm going to turn, I'm going to go behind him. I take a tiny bit of ramming damage, but I'm still alive. And we're going to kind of, you know, corner ourselves in here like so, and I'm able to clean him up as well. So this ledge works very well at maybe luring people in. As long as there's no one in this area, this is a very good play. But keep in mind, you need speed to get up here. That's why I kind of showed you guys what I did. You need some speed, because if you don't have speed, you can't, it's not like the terrain is made to drive up, so you need to kind of have the speed to, yeah, and you need a good amount of speed, right? Because that was like 30 kilometers an hour, and I still couldn't make it up. So you kind of need the speed to be able to, you know, beat the steep terrain there. So we're going to pull back into this bush. I'm just hanging out. I know this SMV is behind this huge, like, cliff face, whatever you want to call this, so I'm not really worried about him. I'm more worried about just kind of keeping things lit over here if anyone pokes. And eventually, I believe the Batchat comes back like this, and we spot him and get a couple shots into him. And these people were saying, you know, I bounced, you know, heat. And I said, yeah, the 100.01, man, that thing is insane in terms of armor. It really is. I mean, the armor on that thing is just absolutely wild. So I'm going to get another shot there into the Batchat. We get two into him, and we're trying to kind of just whittle down this guy's HP. I fall off this little cliff again. I'm trying to stay safe. And SU-130, I'm just watching him. He's starting to go to the mid. And this game is starting to, you know, come down towards the end, right? We have 5-ish minutes left, and it's actually a pretty good game. We're at 963 damage, 1570 spotting, and I really wanted to stay alive till the end, just so I can kind of see how this map works, how people play it, how my teammates play it, how my enemies play it, and this is what I do. As a light tank player, guys, mainly I like to assess the map, assess what people do on the maps, and start to build up, pretty much a thing of pattern recognition so that I can determine what's going to be a safe play, what's not going to be a safe play in the future when I'm on this map. That's what I like to do. I like to look for patterns of what people do on certain maps, where they go, what they do, and if you're a good player, these are things that you kind of pay attention to, you acknowledge, and just keep in the back of your mind whenever you get on that map. So 13-9, likely we're going to win this now. I'm going to just go after the STRV-S1. I don't even spot him. He's sitting further back by the building. I thought he would be right in front of this knocked tree, but he's not. So we come up this way. I kind of run up here like this. I'm able to spot him. Someone gets a shot to him there. 136 spotting. Phenomenal. And now we're going to go after the Paragrime. And this thing is basically like a 703. I guess it's just a... I don't know, man, like if it's the same thing with just a different name and skin, or if it's, a different tank, but it looks exactly the same to me. So we're going to go after this guy. Luckily he misses. I wasn't sure which way he was going to be facing, and then he misses again. Yeah, pretty lucky, man. But these tanks are not great with accuracy, if I do recall the Russian heavies, because when I played the IS-3 way back, I remember the gun being extremely inaccurate. So we're going to get another shot into this guy. Luckily, someone's able to help me out. The side armor on these things is trollish as hell. And that's it, guys. So if you take a look at this side of the map as well, you can see, there's a couple places you can spot. I saw Steel Guts play, a pretty good game in the T-54 lightweight on this side of the map. He came all the way up to here. There is a little like trench you can get into to try and stay safe, and you can spot a lot of people if you can get here. If your team kind of wins the city, I guess we'll call it the city of this map, the heavies area basically. And yeah, I mean, just like look at this map, man. It just looks balanced. It looks fun. It's very large. There's room for mistakes when a map is this big, because obviously you have a lot of concealment in light tanks, so you have the ability to, like, if I came in here and got spotted, I have all the room to get away, right, and stuff like that. But keep in mind that this is wide open, and over here it's wide open, so you really want to be careful with the aggressive plays you make. Just be very cautious. But overall, guys, I mean, I very much like this map, and the 3 battles I play with it, 2 in the T92, 1 in the Kanonen Jagdpanzer, and I was on the other side with the Kanonen, and we went up to this area over here, and it's just good for every tank. So I can't say this enough, guys. I'm very pleased with Wargaming's decision to make a map like this and bring it to the rotation. So that's it, guys. We'll take a look at the emplates. I think I had them ready to go here. So this was a second class game. We did 2,013 spotting, 1,404 damage. This is almost 3,500 combined. Very good for the T92. And again, this tank, I haven't gotten the best games with it, but I would recommend the vehicle. It's really quite a nice tank. The gun feels very snappy. With the APCRs, the acceleration isn't great, but the torque is very good. The concealment is good, and overall, it's a fun tank to play. It really is. So here we are on the team score here. It looks like we are top by experience, and I guess 6th or 7th or 8th or whatever by damage. We didn't do that much damage. And let's take a look at the detailed report. We made 108K. I was running the reserves, I think, at this time. If not, at least the clan reserves were on. And I still have a good amount of days of premium because I bought the battle pass, the previous battle pass. So if you didn't buy battle pass, I would recommend that you guys, if you have any money to spare, I never like giving it to Wargaming, honestly. I'm just saying that. But the battle pass is a very, very, very good deal, because if you buy all 3 at once in the package, it's like $20-something, but you get like 50 days of, if you complete it all, right, you got to play a good amount. You'll get like 50 days of premium. You'll get all this coin. You get all these bonds. Just from buying it, I was able to get like, I think 3 pieces of bond equipment, right, or bounty equipment. So in my opinion, it's worth it, man. Like if you really play this game a lot, I would say just go for it, right? Yeah, that's it, guys. 1,045 damage, 57% win rate in this vehicle. I don't know if you can see that with the camera there, but I'm averaging 1,045 damage, 57% win rate, and that's over 21 battles. So, hope you enjoyed this one, guys. And again, this is how I run all my light tanks. So you can see this right here. CVS, optics, and low noise exhaust with the optical calibration. And always I run rations, right? So I would recommend running any tier 8 or up light tank like that if you want to have the kinds of games that I'm having. And I think we're done, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you for the next one. Take care. Bye-bye now.